your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
Podcast videocast time. Hi, Don McDonald right here. And by the way, here is in my Virginia home studio.
You'd be surprised the number of people that want to know where is Don?
Where Don is. Yeah.
He's
Don's
out on
in
patrol.
Virginia.
Okay.
For the next couple of weeks. Then for some reason I have to go back to Florida. Then I'll come back to Virginia. Keeps me busy.
Keeps him guessing.
Tom's in Bellevue, Washington.
Always.
In his little office.
Same spot.
He never leaves. He doesn't go anywhere. His life is dull.
That's pretty close.
And I thought mine was dull. His is duller. He's even going to do the live show in Seattle on July 3rd. I'm taking the day off, which I never do.
You never do.
I'm
glad you are.
So anyway, thanks for joining us for the podcast. Today, we're going to talk about stupidity, one of our favorite topics.
Well, actually, though, this is something...
It is kind of stupidity.
Yeah, but this is something you brought up, that a lot of investing is eliminating things, never using those things.
Process of elimination.
Then you're left with the things you could use.
Right.
Which we could have some debate over, like, dimensional funds, ETFs, or Avantis ETFs. I mean, you could get into some of those kind of things, which are reasonable to consider. But a lot of this is process of elimination. And wow, I think these definitely qualify.
Well, I think sometimes the Wall Street Journal just gets desperate for stuff to write about. And I also think that Wall Street, the generic term for Wall Street, which is all over the world, gets desperate for gimmicks to try to take some more of your money.
Well, and also there's the terms, right? Didn't Jason Zweig write recently that the Journal shouldn't call people buying and selling GameStop and trading AMC, shouldn't be called investors?
No, you're right. I agree.
And then I noticed in this article that, again, they're calling them investors. People that are putting money, speculators, they're putting money into things like the AI-enhanced U.S. Next Value ETF or the Principal Financial Group's U.S. Small Cap Adaptive, I love this title, Adaptive Multi-Factor Exchange Traded Fund. Crazy.
I can tell you right now the way you can eliminate these. Too many words that you don't understand in the name of the fund. Can you, off the top of your head, without looking anything up, tell me what either one of those things means?
I've been in the business for a while. I can tell you one thing they do have. They own things like GameStop, AMC.
Oh, yeah. That
BlackBerry.
The number one holding. GameStop. This is a company that was on the brink of bankruptcy. Number one holding.
So these are the stocks that have been made popular by individual traders on, Reddit?
Yeah. Isn't this a lot, though, Tom? Isn't this a lot like letting the tail wag the dog?
Exactly. That's funny. That was the expression when I read this, I said that's exactly what it is.
Letting the inmates run the asylum?
It completely. That we will give you anything you want because, well, apparently you want it, and we'll sell it to you and charge you, for that pleasure.
Yeah, the principal one's not that expensive. It's only 0.2%, but that other one you mentioned, it was like 0.9%.
Yeah, it's 90 basis points. So that's outrageous. It's outrageous that they're selling you into all the things that have been hot. Does that ring a bell? Buying things that have been hot? We all have this recency bias, right? Things that have happened recently will continue to happen. No one has any idea if those companies or those stocks whether the stocks will do well, and in some cases, whether those companies will be around. I question the long-term viability of theater companies in general. It's a lot of space. Fewer people are going to be going out, not just for reasons of health, but also reasons that they built their own place to watch movies during all of this. Anyway, I mean, but setting all that aside, what they're selling you is something that is hot and exciting, and we know how that turns out. Things that are hot and exciting have a great tendency to blow up if history is any sort of track record. And these are things that you have no idea, and you're going to give us the numbers here in a minute. The risk you're taking being in these, the few securities you actually own, and how much of your portfolio is in things that are going up and down by 20 and 30% in some weeks, right? Or greater than that. It's insanity, literally.
Well, the reality is these things are so new. The principal U.S. small cap adaptive multi-factor ETF has been around for a couple of months.
It's raised a couple $100 million.
Yeah. The other one, which was, hold on.
I don't know how to say the first. I want to say the crap.
I don't think you can say
the crap
word.
All AI enhanced.
I think it's pronounced craft. Like
okay,
crap.
I said crap, but okay.
Yeah,
AI
it's
enhanced.
FT. Usually it would be a P for it to be pronounced your way.
Okay.
Craft, Craft, AI enhanced, which
Yeah.
I know that means artificial intelligence.
Really smart
US
machines.
Next Value ETF. What is next value? Is there previous value and next value?
You're on to the next thing that's going to be hot ahead of the crowd.
Now, that one's been around since the end of last year.
Ooh, there's a track
So
record.
it's got some history.
Yeah.
It charges a fortune. No, 0.75. I thought it was 0.85, but it's 0.75. Has a portfolio of a whopping 99 stocks.
But those are 99 great companies that'll go
Well,
straight up.
Yeah, part of the problem is they have some major positions. For example, almost 17% of the portfolio is in T-Mobile and AT&T. That's a big bet on cellular phones. CVS, Wells Fargo, FedEx, they're big companies, but they're charging you a lot to get them. And odds are really good that you're not going to do any better than the market, because that's usually the way these things go. And you can do worse than the market and probably take more risk in doing it.
Well, I will go to those last two. You'll take more risk because the fewer number of securities you hold, and
Right, that's true.
the allocation being so tight in these things that have been so wildly volatile for the last 6 months or longer. I will say it's a stronger likelihood that you will lose money in this investment, a lot of money potentially, and in ways that you had never imagined, because these are stocks that somebody could wake up next year and decide, wow, there was no value at all in GameStop. They're going to go bankrupt, and that will be the end of that. So we'll see.
Yeah, your best bet is to just ignore this stuff. It's noise. And just ignore the noise. Stick with your plan. Have a plan. Well, first, have a plan.
Yeah.
And then stick with your plan. Hi, 855-935-TALK. That is a really great number because you can call and leave a message and ask us a question, or you can call us live on Saturdays from 3 to 5 Eastern when we do the radio show. You can also send in your questions at talkingrealmoney.com or speak them in at talkingrealmoney.com. Most people choose to type them in, much like this one from Big Sky Country. Hi, Don and Tom. I have a question about your 3-fund portfolio. What is the percentage in each fund you recommend? I am 28 and currently contribute. What keeps beeping? I am 28 and currently contribute 3% to my work 401k to get a 3% match. Yes, but it has only a few expensive target date funds available. I opened a Roth IRA with Vanguard to get cheaper investment options and plan to use that going forward in addition to the work 401k. I love the podcast and would appreciate your advice. Thanks.
Well, okay, let's go back. Number one, I would definitely save at least up to the match, get the free money. No question. Number two, if your target date funds are expensive, probably the rest of the portfolio is more expensive. That said, we have a website, 401-411. You can send us the portfolio, and we'll take a look to see, make sure that that's the best option, target date fund. Generally, target date funds are fairly inexpensive. Not always. I saw one yesterday that included a well-known fund family, and the target date funds were, and I don't know how they make this happen, but over 1% each. I mean, it's outrageous.
That is really high.
I don't know how they do that, but they did. So that's one. Then to the question at hand. You're in your 20s, you're moving money in your Roth. I think, honestly, that you should put it all in stocks, that you shouldn't own bonds in your 20s. I mean, all you're doing is degrading from your performance. You don't really need portfolio stability. What you really want is maximum growth. So in that case, I would put half in the total U.S. and half in the total international and let it ride.
Or I have another option that's
Okay.
even a little more daring, but could result in better returns, particularly since you're 28. But it requires you to have the ability to laugh off, as a matter of fact, cheer on declining markets. Someone in their 20s or 30s or even 40s who's contributing to their retirement plan regularly should be thrilled when the market goes down. Absolutely excited. You should be going, oh, yeah, I'm buying stuff on sale. If you can do that, then I'll make you an even simpler portfolio. I'd say get the Vanguard Total World Stock Index, either VT or VT-WAX, and then add to that just like 10 or 20% the Vanguard Small Cap Value Index.
Victor Tango VT. I don't know the small cap value ticker.
VTSA?
I personally, here's what I would do. I'd own VT for 80% of it, and then I'd put 20% in AVUV.
Oh,
the
that's a
Avantis
good one, too.
Small cap value
But he said
fund.
he's got an account with Vanguard.
I think they'll.
Oh, he would have a
buy
brokerage account. He can buy the
Yeah, he
Avantis
could buy
there, yeah.
He could buy that.
Okay,
So
what's
then
that symbol?
AVUV.
In
Aria,
in military.
Victor, Universe, Victor.
You made all that up.
No, Victor.
Except for the Victor.
Yeah,
Except for Victor.
I
You made
don't
the
know
other
the
two
rest
up.
I got
You never-
VT, Victor
You
Tango.
didn't
Come on.
memorize that?
I should. And now our client who sent me the chart is going to write me and be mad that I haven't. So thanks a lot.
I am shocked you haven't memorized that. You love it so much. I figured you'd sit around at night going, honey, drill me on this. Flashcards.
Okay, that's a
Victor,
good idea.
T. Yeah.
I have a lot of days ahead of me with not that much on them, so I'll go ahead and do that. I have nothing else to
underwear.
do. You for what is these? I'm gonna have to look that up now. So
Unicorn.
might be
U-boat.
no.
Unitarian.
Mm-mm.
Eulogy. Oh, wait, that's an E. Yule Gibbons. No, that's an E too.
Good reference.
Useful. Youthful. No, that's a Y. You shut up. Oh, yeah. Okay, I will.
That works too.
Yeah. Are we done yet?
I'm trying to get to the U.
I don't know what you're doing.
I'm trying to get to the U. It's taking me a
people
long
want this
time.
podcast to just end. They want
Uniform.
us to,
Uniform.
of course.
Makes
uniform,
sense.
military. Yeah. Now it's time to put this show out of its misery. Put it down.
Not a minute too soon
Not
either.
a minute. But we thank you for suffering through it with us. We don't know why you do, but we're glad you do. And tell your friends, your neighbors, your relatives, because the more the merrier. And our CEO gets very excited when the numbers go up. So help us do that. Make the numbers go up. That requires you to listen and other people to listen.
And to watch. We need more people watching.
Yeah, you know, I'm just not that. If the video died tomorrow, my heart would not be broken at all.
I get that.
I'm an audio kind of guy.
Yeah.
I like audio. Plus, it's easier to edit. God, these things, the videos take a while to edit. I got to put little stuff in, and I'm not that good at it either.
Oh, you're
I'm
not
just-
that good at it? You had myself and Cristiano Ronaldo raising our agua bottle at the exact same time. That was awesome.
Thank you, but
That was
I mean,
well
in
done.
terms of like all the special effects. and
Oh,
stuff,
okay. Well, that's
but I believe in simplicity. I do. So if you like it, tell a friend. If you like it, go to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. If you like it, keep listening. If you don't like it, thanks for watching. Go away. I'm done. That's Tom. Money is what we talk about. Really.
We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for educational and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately, consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Vestry, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures. That should keep the lawyers happy.